was September the 3rd, 1939. And it was the day that the war started between England and Germany. That was the day, and that was a Tuesday as well. That's why I asked you about remembering Tuesday. And you can't remember a week or so ago. On that particular Tuesday, I didn't know what was happening, but I know that I was prepared for school with a bag and a little square box in which someone had put a gas mask. You've learnt about gas masks, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's a thing you have, so that if something is around you and gas comes out of it, you'll be able to breathe properly. I've got this little square box and this bag, and I was taken to school. Now, I thought that was the first day of the new school year. And it was. And I was in a convent school, and I was taken to the school thinking I was just going to go to a normal school day. But when I got there, we were all brought into the hall, a lot of us, and about 30 of us were pulled out of that, the whole school, and taken and put in a bus outside and taken to what was then called New Street Station. I think it's called Grand Central now. And when we got there, there was a street running along the side of it, it's not there anymore, and where there were hundreds and hundreds of children, all in a big line, all carrying their bags and these little square boxes. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what was happening. Whether I'd been told what was happening, I don't remember. But we were all then taken into the station and put on a train, led onto a train. And there were about 12 of us put into a carriage. There were small carriages there. I don't know if any of you have seen the Harry Potter films. On the trains that they have from platform 9A, that they're just single carriages which take about 8 or 9 people. And we went into that, crammed about 9 of us into one of these carriages and went off, I didn't know where. Anyway, we got off at a station which I later learned was Monmouth Station, which is on the borders of England and Wales. And someone then led us into a coach. They called them charabancs in those days. That word hardly exists now, but these were a coach. And taken off, I know not where. And then I found I'd got to a little village which was called Catbrook. And Catbrook is on the borders of England and Wales, it's on the border of Monmouthshire. And I was taken to a school. It wasn't a big school like this, it was a little school, which I found out afterwards had about 40 or 50 children and only had 3 classes, infants, juniors and big juniors. And I was taken into this classroom and sat there, and someone said, someone's going to come and fetch you in a little while. And gradually, people came, adults came, and called out, a name was called out, and that person went off with those grown-ups. And I sat there, and I sat there, and one by one, the children went off. Until I was the only one left there. No one else had come. And I sat there, and people went off, and the people that were looking after us went off, so I was only left with 2 people. And it got dark, and I didn't know what was happening, and no one told me. And eventually, a man came and said, Tony, you're going with this man. And we went off, and he got a car. And this car took us to a farm. farm. I found out afterwards because I was taken in and I was shown a bedroom and I was given a bed all to myself, and it was a nice bedroom. And when I went in, the farm had got lots of dogs. The dogs were running around outside, didn't come inside. And I went in and I was told by this man and lady, Mr. and Mrs. Edwards, that I would be staying with them for a time. And I did stay with them for a time. And I got up the following morning and they gave me breakfast. You know, they gave me bacon and eggs, lovely. And I had a breakfast and I still didn't know what was happening. At this time, I should remind you, at this time, I was only 6. When I'd come back to go to school before I'd started out on this journey, I thought I was going up from infants to juniors. But in the words of this school, that would be going up into year 2. And that's how old I was 6. And I went out the following morning and I was shown around the farm. And there were sheep in one field, and there were cows in another, and there were goats. And then there was a large shed with pigs, lots of pigs in it. And then there were chickens running all around the farm. And it was nice. And then said, well, we've got to take you this afternoon, we've got to take you to school. So they led me along to school, where I'd been the previous day and stayed in the hall for about a long time. And I went into the school and said, this is where I've been learning each day. And the following morning I had to get up and I was taken to school. And Mr. Edwards said, well, I'm taking you today and I'll come and collect you this afternoon, but after that you've got to come on your own. And he took me walking. I had to walk through some woods. Quite a long walk, it seemed to me, through woods, along a little path along the woods. And I came out the other side and I was in this little village of Catbrook. And I went into the school. And I was taken into the classroom in the afternoon, and there were about 15 or 20 in the class. But most of them were quite a lot older than me. But I must have had a good school here in Birmingham, because I didn't find it difficult to do the arithmetic and the English. And I could read quite well, so that helped me. So I had to go to school there. And then I had a chance at the weekend. I had to do that in the morning. I had to walk on my own through the woods each day. It was a bit scary, but you soon got used to it. But in the afternoon, as the months gone on, it grew darker, so in the afternoon I'd be walking home in the dark through the woods. And I had a torch to do it. So, did all that, went round the farm, got used to being in the farm with the cows. You know, they might seem a bit scary, but they weren't. You got used to them. They were more frightened of you than you were of them. So you got used to it. So this was a lovely farm I stayed up with Mr. and Mrs. Edwards. Funny enough, we went back a few years and I found this farm with Mrs. Tibbets, and we found the farm and we looked at it, and the people there were a different family, but it was, as I said, it was 80 years ago I was there. So that was that. But anyway, the people who collected me, because they were so late, they hadn't intended to have evacuees. So they said that it was difficult for them to look after me and look after the farm. So before Christmas, I was taken back here to Birmingham. So I was back for it. So I learnt then why we were evacuated. We were evacuated because this was the first war where aeroplanes were in big use. Before that, aeroplanes hadn't hardly been invented. But But now they've got big aeroplanes that drop bombs on towns and cities. And Birmingham was a big, big target for the bombers. And it was a big target for the bombers because we made things here like explosives at a place called the IMI in Perry Bar. And we lived very close to Perry Bar. And there were other places that made motorbikes and cars and lorries which would be used for the war. And the Germans wanted to bomb these places and stop them being used against them. So, I got back for Christmas and there'd be no bombing until then. But early the next year, one night, standing there, there was a big whining sound. My grandmother said, who was living with her, she said, "Oh, that's an air raid warning. This great whining sound, we've got to get under shelter." So the shelter that we had in our old house, it was a big old house, was in a cellar that went underneath. So we went into this cellar, and the next day my grandmother had beds put in this cellar underneath, so we could go there each night when these planes came over that wanted to drop bombs. And we heard loud banging, which were bombs dropping. But also, it was the sound of guns that we got placed in our parks, firing shells up at these aeroplanes. Was I scared? The honest answer is no. I don't know why. I should have been, but I was only 6 and you get used to things. Some of them get used to big dogs and others can't. So, I was really starting to go to bed in this cellar that was under the house. And we had 3-4 beds down there and used to go to bed. And the air raid warnings would sound and they might have stayed, no other sound from that for perhaps many hours. And then perhaps sometime you'd get another sound which was a little bit different, a longer sound, which was the all clear sound to say that these German aeroplanes had gone. And we did that for several months, I remember, and very often there would be bombing, until someone decided that our back garden, which had a gate onto the street behind us, should have a shelter in it, a brick-built shelter. So someone built this brick shelter, they came in and built it, and it was big enough to have 12 bunks and bunk beds. The bunk beds were 1, 2, 3. And we had 6 that side, so 1, 2, 3, and 3 more behind it, 6 and 6 on the other side of it, and a passage down it. So we could sleep up to 12 people. So the children, and there were 3 of us because we had 2 young people we looked after, but the father was away at war and the mother had died. We had the other 2 children same, so there were 3 of us children. We used to go and sleep in these beds every night. And we'd hear the planes coming over and we'd hear the booming of the bombs, and they were quite near to us, very near to us. And then we'd hear the sound of other things. One night, my grandfather went up to the house to make a cup of tea after the air raid signals had gone off and the bombing started, and decided we needed a cup of tea because there wasn't room to make one in the shelter. So he went up to make a cup of tea, and he came out of the house with the tea and mugs or cups on a tin tray. And as he was walking along down the garden to the shelter, and a piece of shrapnel, which is a piece of hard metal off a shell, fell right through the tray that he was carrying, and it was a tin tray, and it went right through it. It didn't hurt him at all. If he'd been one step further forward, it had gone straight through his head. So he was very lucky. It didn't hurt him at all. It scared him a bit. And as children, we used to go around and look for these pieces of shrapnel and collect them, like you collect conkers. And we used to collect them and store them. And it was a bit scary. And in those days, children didn't get taken to school, even from the age of 6. They walked to school on their own. There wasn't as many cars. In fact, there were no cars because there was no petrol. If you didn't go on the bus, you had to walk. And we used to walk to school. And we used to walk to school every day. And when we walked to school, very often we'd find where a bomb had blown up a house, come out the aircraft, exploded, and the house was no more. And I'm afraid we were quite naughty as children. Children aren't naughty, are they? And what we found when we passed one of these houses that had been bombed, we'd probably go in and explore it to see what had happened. Not thinking that the probability is that people would have been killed in that house. And there were lots of houses near where we were, because we were near Perry Bar, where they were trying to blow up this explosives factory that blew up. And in the road where we are, there were several houses that were blown up. And in particular, there was, our house was opposite a long road that went up to a place called Lozelle. One night, there was a cinema in Lozelle, because that's what people did for their pleasure in the day. They went to the cinema every week. There was no television. A cinema was blown up in Lozelle, and the manager, it was late at night, everyone had gone home fortunately. The cinema blew up, and the manager was in there, and he was killed. So all a bit scary. And then another day, they dropped a great big bomb up near Lozelle. It was called a landmine. This landmine was so big, it blew up over 100 houses. And in our house, we were quite away from it, but the blast from the explosive came down with such force that we had garage doors, or there was stable doors. The doors were all blown in, and all our front windows broke. It was so big and strong. And we had to have them boarded up for a week until they replaced the glass. And when they replaced the glass in those days, it wasn't normal glass. It was frosted glass, like you have in your bathroom. So we had frosted glass all through the wall in the front of our house. And there were other houses nearby where the houses were blown up. One day, I walked to school. When I got to school, I was told, "You'll have to go home today. A bomb has dropped on our chapel," because it was a convent school that was out in Havertown Little Chapel. A bomb dropped on the chapel, and it was all badly damaged. And also, there was a lady who lived in the convent who was very old, and she died as a shock of the bomb. So we were only out of school a few days, I seem to remember, when we were back. But we couldn't use the chapel, and the chapel was closed for the rest after the war. And that bombing and everything, I seem to remember, went on for 2 or 3 years. And we just got used to it. It was like just an everyday thing. Like you having too many cars on the road and they can't cross the road. You don't think about it, you just get on with it. So there was that. The church I used to go to, still do, a church called St. Teresa's in Penny Bar. One night, we found out on the Sunday afterwards, there was a different kind of bomb that dropped there. It's called an incendiary bomb. The idea of an incendiary bomb was that when it dropped, it burst into flames and set everything around it on fire. This bomb had come through the roof onto where the altar was, and the priest's chair that was on the altar, it had gone straight through it, straight through the bottom of his chair, and then when it should have burst into flames, somehow it had fizzled out and it didn't set the place on fire. So we think God must have been on our side on that particular day. But it was a bit scary, and the priest was a bit scared, but they were able to put something over the hole in the roof and repair it. Every day you went about not knowing what was going to happen because of the war. And of course the war, as you have probably already learnt, went on 6 years. So I was 6 when it started, I was 12 when it finished, and all these little things which you remember because they are events for special events. I think it's time for me to rest my voice now and to see whether you have got anything to say. Yeah?
What were your emotions at that time?
Who's coming first?